Hello friends, and welcome to today's video where we're going to talk about ITZY's Kill My Doubt. But first, I think I'm dying. I've been exhausted for like the past 4 days straight without fail, in spite of the fact that in those 4 days I've gotten like 80 hours of sleep. I'm not exaggerating when I say that either. Like, I took a 6-hour nap the other day, and the day before that I took a 4-hour nap, and the day before that I took a 2-hour nap. So I think something's wrong with me. None of you care. We're here to talk about ITZY. So, just to go over this video is going to work. I'm going to run through the track list to give you my thoughts on each song, and then I'm going to give the album score out of 10 at the end. However, I do have some disclaimers before we continue. Disclaimer number 1, this album came out a couple hours ago. I'm 1 listen in, so my opinions on all of these songs very much may change over time. Second disclaimer is, of course, my standard one. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. You do not have to agree with my opinion because, as the mug always says, music is subjective, and that is great. Okay, now that we have all of that out of the way, we can get started. And first up, we have Bet On Me, and it's actually really good. It's a lot more toned down than most ITZY songs are, but I feel like that really works. Don't get me wrong, this isn't like a full-fledged ballad or even like really an R&B style chill type of vibe. It's not that. It's still fully a pop song, but it doesn't go too far, unlike a lot of other ITZY songs. But let's actually get into the song, shall we? First, the verses. The first verse is the vocal verse. I am always appreciative of a vocal verse. I feel like we've gotten a lot of songs now where all the verses are just rap verses, and I like a vocal verse, and if you ask me, this is definitely the superior of the verses. The second verse is a bit more of a mixed bag. It is the rap verse, and while Ryujin's rap, very good, a bit slayful, Yuna's rap could have used a little more work. As for the pre-chorus, it's great. It slows the song down just enough. It doesn't go too far to kill the vibes, and it also flows well into the actual chorus. And speaking of the chorus, it's a bit of a moment, if you ask me. Like, I was actively jamming to this chorus in spite of my state of exhaustion. Like, it's really fun, and if you ask me again, it's one of the better choruses in ITZY's catalog. Next, we have the title track, Cake, and I kind of hate it. I can't really stand it. A big part of that, to be fair, is the messiness of it. Like, this song sounds like a mix of, at a minimum, like 3 songs. And because each song is its own whole vibe, we're going to discuss this song by song. So song number 1 is mostly comprised of the chorus, partially the bridge, but the chorus is actually the main part, and it's good. Like, this is the good song we could have gotten, and if this is the song we had actually gotten, like, the whole thing had been this kind of vibe, I would have loved it. And, like I said, song number 1 also covers the bridge. Like, you can tell when the bridge flows into the final chorus, they are very clearly meant to be one song. Like, This Is a Hill I Will Die On, this was a singular song. Because the bridge is also really nice, and it's really pretty, and I enjoyed it a lot. Song number 2 is the verses. More specifically the second verse, but the first verse probably as well. And it's fine. It's definitely, like, the mid-song of the 3. It could have worked, even in conjunction with song number 1, but I wouldn't have been as happy about it. Then there's song number 3, which I have dubbed the annoying TikTok song. This is the one where they chant cake a lot, and I hate it. Like, it kills the song for me. To summarize my feelings on ITZY's current title, the chorus is good, the bridge is pretty, the verses are fine but not offensive, and the overly repetitive part makes me want to commit violence. Big picture, this is not ITZY's worst title, probably. It could be, it could get there. But as of right now, I'm going to say it's not ITZY's worst title, but it's definitely near the bottom, and I don't really enjoy it. Anyway, next we have what is kind of the pre-release, None of My Business, and it's also really good. This is another one of the more chill, more toned down type of songs, and it's a sound I really like from ITZY. Whenever groups have sort of made their name doing, I'm not going to say bad pop songs, but I'll just say louder pop songs, I always like it when they do a more toned down type of sound. This is that, and I really like it. I will concede, the chorus is like a second away from being annoyingly repetitive, because personally, I don't really like overly repetitive choruses. They get on my nerves, and I feel like we're a singular None of My Business away from crossing that line, but as of right now, we haven't crossed it yet. On top of that, the bridge isn't my favorite. I don't think we needed a rap bridge. I think as K-pop has evolved, it's gotten very focused on raps, and I think we need to shift away from that, and I'm going to let you imply what you will about this statement. The verses, on the other hand, are amazing. I like the vocal one perfectly fine, but I loved the rap one. Something about it just really spoke to my spirit. However, what's carrying this song, if you ask me, is the background music. It's nice and chill and toned down, but also hits just enough to like the perfect extent. It's honestly a bit excellent. On to the next song, which is Bratty, and I was into it. I was feeling it, but I do unsurprisingly have some issues. Let's start with what I enjoyed, okay? The verses are great. They're just some dumb fun, if you ask me, and I was into it. The pre-chorus is also great. It's just some Messy Boots fun, and I'm always here for a song that gives off Messy Boots fun energies. The background music, meanwhile, is a bit more of a mixed bag just because it covers the entire song. But for the most part, I was into it. However, there were parts where I wasn't the biggest fan. But that brings us to what I didn't like, which is the chorus. And I can't explain why. Like, I don't know what it was about the chorus, but it gave off a very bad vibe that I'm not a fan of. And it makes, like, I can't explain it. There's something about it, though, that bothers me. We have reached the penultimate song, which is Psychic Lover, and I'm conflicted about this song as well because parts of it are giving absolute punk pop perfection, and I am weak for punk pop. But then there's the other parts of it that are not giving any form of punk pop, and it feels a bit whiplashy, and I'm not the biggest fan of them. Starting with the less punk pop parts, the verses. They're fine. They're fine. They're not bad. But they don't really feel like they belong in this song. I can take the first one. I'll accept it because it sort of feels like it's building into that first chorus. But when it goes from that first chorus to the second verse, like, you can tell they just don't flow together, and it really messes with the song for me. The chorus, though, is where we reach that punk pop pinnacle of perfection, and I love it. Like, I love this chorus. I remember when I was listening to the album preview for whenever the album preview came out, and I heard this song, and I was like, oh my god, this song's gonna be amazing, and I'm gonna love it. Unfortunately, I don't know how much I love what we actually got. Like, it's not a bad song. It's just very disjointed in certain ways. And it's in ways that I don't really like. However, I do love the chorus so much, I might have to power through. Okay, last but not least, we have Kill Shot. And it's a complicated issue, but I'm going to say at the end of the day, it's a no for me. It's not that it's a bad song, because again, it's not a bad song. The chorus is actually pretty good. And I could get behind the verses if I have to. They were solid verses. My core issue with this song is just that it sounds like an above average aespa song almost. It doesn't sound like it's an ITZY song. It sounds like it's an aespa song. And if I want to hear an aespa song, I'm going to go listen to aespa. I'm not going to come to ITZY to listen to aespa, if you know what I mean. But that is all I have to tell you about the album. So with that, it is score time. And overall, I'm giving this album an 8.7 out of 10. I think we've made improvements in the sense that I only didn't like one song on this album, which is Progress for ITZY. ITZY albums usually have more like 2 or 3 that I don't like. So we're definitely making progress. Plus, I was really into a good few of these songs. So yeah, 8.7 out of 10. And that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Feel free to comment your thoughts on this album down below. Let me know what your favorite song is. You can also like and subscribe if you want to or don't. I will be okay either way. And if you want to hear more from me, you can follow me on Twitter at @s_album reviews. I will link that in the description, along with every other ITZY review that I have done, so you can check all those out if you so choose. But yeah, thank you again for watching. Bye!